What is up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Welcome back to Jacob Does Everything. Today we're doing like something I've never done on the channel before, and I made a poll, or not a poll, a community post on YouTube about it, and I got 2 likes on it. So thank you guys for your support on the community tab. I've noticed it's been doing a lot better here recently. So this is a Planet Coaster tour. Nothing more, and a couple of POVs. So, before we get in it, if you want to see more of this, make sure to comment down below. I'll respond in a day, at least, and 5 days at maximum to your comment. Thank you guys for supporting me so much, and Happy New Year's. It's 2024, y'all. Let's get into the Studio Park tour. So, this is literally just called Studio Park. It's not really anything like a studio, but I did build this with a lot of beautiful buildings in mind, and that's why it looks so great. On our right, we do have the I don't remember what they call it, the Swift Drifters, or like your whip. I think they call them the whip usually at other parks, but we're gonna quickly dart down here to get until we get to our entrance, which is right here for the whip, or Swift Drifters as you may know it. We have 3 staff buildings kind of in a row. We have a hotel, restroom right there. Can't really theme the restrooms, unless you make your own, which I have never thought of it, and I won't. So we have an attraction here called Zozo. It has 100% key chain because I placed the key on the back of the building, on the side of it, as you can see there. The only reason we're touring this part of the park first is because this part is in the front before you get to any rides besides Swift Drifters. Here we got a ride called Cycola and our beautiful B&M Hyper as it's passing over right there. We have a typical fairground ride, kind of like the Zozo over there, except it's not as I'd not like to be up on the ground, but yep, we have one of these. Oh, I'm trying to get back down the ground level here. Let's go ahead and quickly skip through most of this because you don't want to see this again. Here's the entrance for the whip or Swift Drifters. I did use a lot of the base game model names for this because I didn't feel like it. Here is the I don't know what these are called. I forgot. Hold on. Free flyers. You see these probably a county fair or something like county related. There's a bunch of track you can see from this area. There's our Aero / home kind of style hyper. It's called Aero. Like, it used to be a looper, and it used to be shorter, and it used to have more inversions. Now it's a hyper conversion, just like they did to Steel Phantom at Kennywood. Here we have the drop tower, which I have figured out. Place a drop tower at the front of your park, and it will be one of the most popular flats. Here we have our Grand Carousel, and like our main area, front area of the park, or like middle kind of ish area of the park. Let's go right, and let's head to our first of many roller coasters, and that is Aero. Sit back and enjoy your ride on a classic. This is an American Aero. such an amazing ride here called Arrow. It takes forever to pull back in the station. I did that by design. The lift hill on the original ride called the American Arrow, which is also a base game name. A lot of these rides are base game names. Well, actually all of them are. Sorry guys, I'll try my best to name them better next time. But this used to be an Arrow, not hyper. What's it called? An Arrow looper coaster. And I'll tell you a little bit more about the history here. So the lift used to stop about right here. You take a little drop turn to your left. My bad. To your left, and you go down to the pretty basically straight drop. And you used to do 2 loops in a row. Then right after the loops, you do a Batwing element. And actually, the Batwing was actually right here, because that's where the big divot in the ground is, and that's where the Batwing was. You used to come into a helix right after that, and it looked very rough and painful. You'd come up into a helix though, and it'd snap you. You'd probably bang your head a lot. And you came into the mid-course. You come off the mid-course into a singular corkscrew, and I believe the corkscrew was like right here. Yeah, there used to be a pre-built racetrack here. I kind of deleted it because it looked ugly. And then, yeah, that's basically the story of it. And then this final little helix here is the original helix of the ride. Except the final brakes are a little different than they used to be, but it's the original helix from the original ride. Overall, it was an amazing, amazing ride. It was not very popular, even with it being Sandbox. But let's continue on with our tour. Back here, we do have the observation tower. These aren't very special, so yeah, they're not very special at all. So let's go over here, I guess, to our next roller coaster, which I thought was also gonna be popular, that replaced our go-karts, but it really wasn't. It's Wrangler. I left most of the queue uncovered because it wasn't that popular overall. Yeah, it's one of these intimate impulses, but let's quickly hop on this train. Wowee. Wrangler. Base game coaster as well. This is the last base game coaster you'll see. And you exit actually right here under the spike. Now I have made this exit very long because I think this would be a hazard and you wouldn't really be able to put netting here. So I just made the exit really long to counterfeit. We're gonna head back to the back of the park later. But our next roller coaster on the list is actually Zephyrus. An old classy Woody that has a history. It originally opened with a GCI style train. Or not GCI, like the Zephyrus trains. And then it switched to the GCI trains. And now it's with the PTCs, and it does not run as great with the PTCs, and it's not as popular with the PTCs. Let's go ahead and take a ride on this old classic called Zephyrus with 50,000 riders ridden. A lot of these rides are short in this park, and that was definitely one of them. This is Zephyrus. To be fair, the reason you'll see different track colors and like the little, I don't know what these are called, like the catwalk colors, is because I wanted to make it look like the park actually cares about the ride. So yes, it has like a retract kind of look that you can really see on the POV and off-ride if you look hard enough. This structure isn't like an actual white, it's more like a pink. Like a very light pink. And that's to show the wear and tear. Over here is an actual modification though to the ride to quote make it smoother. And yeah, it banked more and it's just kind of up more in the air. I love making rides feel like they've been maintained over the years, and that's definitely one of them. Our next ride is Rage. This is the only ride that has a sign for it. Also the base name game for the B&M Hyper. I used the little sign here from the racetrack, and now it says Rage. It has a very big queue area. It's like very massive, if I had to say so. And yeah, let's go ahead and hop on the train that's already at the top of the lift hill for a ride here on Rage. I mean, wow, these coasters are amazing. All of these coasters are very, very amazing. But the one thing is that Rage has also had a change throughout its years. Mainly smoothing to it. As you can see, this ride's very kind of airtime centric. And laterals at the end. But it has really good airtime all the way through. This first camel back here is like a speed hill, except higher in the air. There's two speed hills on the ride. There's this camelback, which is not even half the size of the first lift hill, which it really should be, but it's not. There's this valley would be pulling a lot of G's. Here's the first speed hill. Sorry about that, it cut off. But there's a sea of supports you go through. You go through the overbank to turn you around. There's another camelback. It doesn't give as much airtime as the first or the speed hill, but it does give airtime. There's this weird little turn here. I don't know why I did this. You come down into another speed hill. This is very odd looking. I don't know why I made it look like an arrow hill, but it looks weird. And then you climb up to your mid-course, which still delivers you airtime. The mid-course has also been smoothened out, so now it's not as steep of a drop. And it's not as big as a drop off the mid-course, but it still hauls after after it gets through the mid-course. I have noticed that Planet Code does make your rides run slower if there's no guests. So airtime, like a little airtime hill, which would eject you. You got airtime coming in here. There's like a little trying to drawn out helix. Very weird transition here. Another airtime hill kind of deal. Over here, you kind of like switch back. You come around these rides, which didn't used to be there. And then there used to be like a little drop off this turn. And then you dip back into the final brakes. But when we added these rides, I changed it. So it's way smoother. Way smoother. The next ride, which is undoubtedly as smooth, but it isn't. I mean, I'm not for sure. There's a train launching out now, so we'll get on that one. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna do it for this park tour. We'll go look at some of the. We'll kind of just have a bird's eye view of the park. It's a very beautiful park. There's like this not dark ride, shooting ride back here. It's just a standard like quick draw. I was just looking for rides to put in the park, honestly, at that point. But, ladies and gentlemen, if you did enjoy this park tour. I did tour most of the park where I thought it was necessary to. There's like a very weird couple rides out here. It's weird. If you guys enjoyed, please hit that like button and please hit that subscribe button, because it would mean the world to me. And it would really show me that you really loved this park tour. And if you guys have any questions, leave them down in the comments, like I said at the beginning of the video. And I think I'm gonna be out of here. Enjoy your 2024 and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.